Hey, Tanner James, DJ TJ Training. I want to give you a super helpful tip that will help you decide if your dinner music at weddings, if your dinner music is too loud. So a little while back, I was at a wedding. I was a guest at a wedding, and it was a okay wedding. It wasn't a DJ. It was a DJ friend who had speakers, who had a production company. So he had a couple speakers and he was playing music off of Spotify. But regardless of that, he wasn't a DJ. So he didn't do this often. So what that means is that he's not a pro. He doesn't have everything down. And one of the things that I noticed at the wedding is that the music, the dinner music, was too loud. It was hard for us to talk to each other right next to each other, right? It's not like we were trying to talk across the room and it was too loud or across a table. It was seriously, the person next to me, I couldn't hear and they couldn't hear me. It was way too loud. But as a DJ, if you're behind the speakers, you don't really know what it sounds like out on the floor. And you can get up and walk around, but that can only do so much. And so it's really hard to figure out how loud is too loud. So what I noticed is that everybody in the venue, every single person in the venue was leaning in to hear each other. It was so loud that you couldn't just have a normal conversation with somebody. You actually had to lean in to hear what they were saying for every single word. It wasn't like, oh, so can you say that again? It was the whole entire conversation was leaned in. So then at the next wedding that I was DJing at, I went and I looked at this and I wanted to make sure that nobody was leaning in, because if you're leaning in, it's too loud. And if the music is too loud, it doesn't matter what music you're playing, people are annoyed with you, right? So if it's the elderly guests or the younger people who just want to have a conversation and catch up with their relative or their friends, it's really hard to do that if it's so loud that they can't hear. And you don't want to get the night started off on a bad note. So for you, what you can do at your next event that has background or dinner music, doesn't matter which, if the guests are actually leaning in to hear each other, turn it down. The guests will love you if you turn it down. But if you keep it loud, they're going to be annoyed, and then they're just going to want to leave right after dinner because they're not going to want to dance because they already have a sour taste. But it's just how it works. Keep your dinner music down lower. Don't make it too loud. Make sure that people aren't actually bending in the whole entire conversation to hear each other, because that is not good. If you have any questions or comments about dinner music, go ahead, leave them down below, and I will see you next week.